Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Nurul Farha binti Ahmad Najib. My teammate and I would like to present about Ziamis. Let me introduce my team members. This is my team members. For the first one is me, Nurul Farha binti Ahmad Najib. And the second one is Nur Zulaika binti Muhammad Zawani. And the third one is Nur Afika binti Shah Effendi. And the last one is Marsha Bakis binti Zainal. Okay, let me tell you about what is Ziamis. Ziamis is indigenous to the Americas and is one of the most important cereal crops worldwide. Corn is a staple food in many countries from Mesoamerica, South America, and Africa, and also has a deep ethnic and cultural relevance among indigenous populations in these regions. In addition, this cereal is also to produce feed, fuel, and as a raw material for diverse products at industrial level. The global corn production was about 1,147 million tons in 2018, and the major producing countries were the United States, China, and Brazil. This is habitat for Ziamis. Since Columbus met maize, which is Ziamis, in Central America in 1492, these remarkable cereals became one of the main providers of carbohydrate in the humid Spain, northern Portugal, and many regions throughout Europe. Nowadays, maize continues to be an essential component of the diet, particularly in America and Africa. When the Spanish conqueror arrived at the Caribbean islands, maize quickly became of increasing importance as the conquerors approached the mainland. Columbus' expedition made his first bread out of cassava, which is many hot as culenta, but maize was more convenient for increasing bread shelf life. The first mention of maize bread was made by Gonzalo Fernandez de Oviedo, who published the history of Indies in 1526, including a chapter on maize. This new crop was called maíz by Oviedo, and he frequently referred to it as a pan, which means bread in Spanish.
Morphology of maize. This is a monocotyledonous plant, meaning it has a single cotyledon in its seed. One of its distinguishing features is their broadleaf, which have a parallel venation. The kernels of maize are quite diverse in color. Sometimes it can appear red, yellow, blue or white. Sometimes it can appear multicolored. This color variation is due to the pigments and the genetic diversity within the species. In terms of reproductive structure, the male form a tassels on top of the plant. The female flowers develop into ears lower than the stem, and it will be covered by the husk. Moving on to the mode of nutrition, maize is an autotrophic plant, which meaning that it will synthesize their own food with photosynthesis. More specifically, maize utilizes the C4 photosynthetic pathway. This pathway is particularly efficient under conditions of high light intensity, a high temperature, and low carbon dioxide concentrations. In the C4 pathway, carbon dioxide is initially fixed into a 4-carbon compound in the mass of the cells, then transported into the bundle sheath cells. Now, let's talk about the general and unique characteristic of maize. One of the general characteristics is how the adaptability to the climate change. Meanwhile, a unique characteristic of maize is how efficient the C4 pathway is, because the C4 pathway allows maize to achieve high growth and productivity, especially in hot and dry environment. This compared to the plants that use more common C3 pathway.
For the life cycle of sea maize, they reproduce sexually. It means that female and male flowers are separated. For the female gametophyte, they undergo 3 processes. The first one is fertilization, and then induction of seed development. Lastly, maternal control of embryo development. For the male gametophyte, they also undergo 3 processes. The first one is stemma recognition. Second is pollen tube growth. Lastly is fertilization. The importance of seeds for our economy and ecosystem, it can be as a basic staple food that we can consume every day. Other than that, it can be a traditional pot healing, such that it can treat a headache. For military, it can be a food shortages, and it is also important for agricultural industry. Lastly, it will give a job opportunities for us like we can be a farmer.
Next is the interesting facts about corn or ziami. First of all is tree sister agriculture. Corn is component of the traditional Native American agricultural system known as the three sister, which also include beans and squash. The second one is versatile crop. Corn is not only used for human consumption but also as feed as livestock, as a source of biofuel and the production of various industrial production such as corn starch, corn syrup, and bioplastic. And lastly, the interesting facts about corn as an art. Corn has inspired various forms of art and cultural expression, for example, handicraft with corn. In conclusion, Ziame is a vital component of world agriculture and has enormous importance in a variety of fields. Because of its many functions, it is essential to maintain human life and livelihood on worldwide level. But in order to effectively handle the problem of the 21st century, we must approach the management and development of maize from a overall perspective. We can map out a course for more fair and sustainable future for their maize, and the communities is supported by encouraging cooperation between farmer, scientists, policymakers, and stakeholders.